Okay, so this is going to be my review of episode 3 of Falcon and Winter Soldier. So this episode picks up where Bucky and Sam are basically going to go out and find and recruit, or at least talk to Zemo. But Bucky gets the great idea of, like, let's break him out of jail. So now we've got a whole buddy cop movie with the three of them all together. And it's cool to see Daniel Blur back. Blur? I don't know how to pronounce that last name. But it's cool to see him back and in the suit. And they actually refer to him as Baron Zemo, which, by the way, is that a retcon? Because I distinctly remember in Civil War, where they talk about, like, his life was just basically normal. So did they retcon in that he was a bit just to so he could be officially Baron Zemo, or to make him like he called himself, like, oh, I was a baron back in Sokovia, I was royalty, and I'm like, I don't remember them even mentioning that in Civil War. So maybe because they didn't mention it, that doesn't need to be required. Like, they can just put that in. I don't know. Maybe someone can say, like, oh, they retcon that in, because it wouldn't be a comic book show without retcons. Anyway, so I dug this storyline because now we're going straight into Madripoor. And for those who are not in the know, Madripoor is Wolverine's stomping ground. And I know a lot of people were probably begging for, like, to see Wolverine in this episode. I almost said comic. We're begging to see, like, a glimpse of Wolverine. I knew that was going to happen, but I was kind of at the same time like, wouldn't it have been so cool if, like, they pulled a Luke Skywalker from Mandalorian and, like, Wolverine shows up for, like, a quick second and just starts gutting people? I mean, story-wise, that wouldn't make sense, unlike with Luke, who just showed up at the nick of time because he was connected to Grogu. That's a whole other thing. But, yeah, I would, at the same time, my inner geek was like, come on, where are you, Logan? Where are you? Although we do get the quick glimpse of the Princess Bar, which is, for those, again, major Wolverine fans know, the Princess Bar is where he goes to get a beer. So, you know, there is, Logan was probably at they don't go in the Princess Bar, so I was, like, thinking to myself, he's probably in the Princess Bar. Also, Madripoor, like, I can't wait for all the people who use Madripoor for any live-action trailers for Black Lagoon, because, like, let's face it, Roanapur is basically based off of Madripoor. There's no way the creator of Black Lagoon didn't have some semblance of the idea of what Madripoor was and said, I'm going to make my own version of Madripoor, and it's going to be awesome. Hashtag Black Lagoon is best anime. Fight me. Anyway, so in this, we do go to Madripoor and we find out more about the recreation of the super soldier serum. And I like how they play it, like, they have, like, a great explanation of why this didn't become a big thing, because the guy who recreated the super soldier serum from Isaiah's blood basically says, because I got blinked out of existence, asshole, and I came back, the project was scuttled, so I went to go see the power broker. And while, again, we don't see the power broker, we clearly feel his presence, and I like that. I really do like that they're building the power broker as, like, the monster in the shadows, as, like, the one guy in Madripoor you just do not want to piss off. He's the guy you don't want to have come after you. And yeah, I'm really digging how they're building the power broker. And again, Chris, I know you're watching this, so you were right on the big villain of the story. So Mount Vernon Kid, like, I talked about this story before in the last episode review, where I was like, yeah, Mount Vernon Kid and I were talking, and he's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure, like, the big villain isn't going to be Zemo, it's probably going to be, like, the power broker. And lo and behold, he was right. So, Chris, once again, you are all the right. So we also get Sharon back, and Sharon's life has not been too great, because unlike the rest of the Avengers who are like, yay, yeah, we're back in the USA, she got burned after working for S.H.I.E.L.D. She got burned as an agent and can never come back for, her help in Civil War. So, yeah, it doesn't, since she wasn't on the Avengers, she doesn't get that pardon. So, yeah, she's been now working as like a crime lord. And I'm also kind of wondering, like, did she have connection to other people in Mandrapore? I was also kind of hoping we'd get Tiger in here, who is a crime boss in Mandrapore. But I have no doubt that once the Power Broker's gone, who in here the Power Broker is the big bad, the big warlord of Mandrapore, I'm quite certain that if Power Broker if and when Power Broker dies in this series, then there's going to be like a power vacuum in Mandrapore, and that's when we'll see Tiger, and probably more X-Men stuff, because Mandrapore is a big part of X-Men. Same with Sword. Sword is a big part of X-Men. So we're doing little hints and build-ups to the X-Men universe without having the X-Men here. Anyway, so we've got that going on. Zemo, I do not trust, and I'm calling it now. What's probably going to happen is that Zemo's going to escape by the end of this series, and I guarantee you, what's going to happen is that Zemo's going to escape, and to keep any other superpower beings in check, he's going to create the Masters of Evil. He's going to I guarantee you that the next big thing will be the Masters of Evil. Actually, I can't guarantee that because the MCU always throws for a loop, and I'm usually wrong on predictions, so yeah. But I do think that the Masters of Evil are definitely something that's on the table for the MCU, and probably going to be another big Avengers threat. And Zemo is the one who brings them all together. And you may be thinking, well, there aren't a lot of villains left. Well, you've got Agatha, who's trapped in her own hell in WandaVision, and Abomination is coming back. There's also the possibility that the leader will show up in She-Hulk as well. There's still a few villains out there that are still alive, and villains that we have yet to see. Remember, Armor Wars is going to be out there, and there's probably going to be, no doubt, a ton of Iron Man villains who are going to be showing up there, one of which would no doubt be a part of that. We also have the Mandarin out there. So there's a lot. There's a lot you could do. But yeah, I'm excited for this, and that ending of showing that Wakanda is not done with Zemo. Yeah, you think you can kill their previous king, and when the moment you step out of jail, they're not gonna be cool with it. They're just gonna be all right, he's out, it's fine. No, you killed King T'Chaka. Your ass is going to either Wakanda or being executed by Wakanda. Hopefully, I know that was a member of the Dija Manon. I can never pronounce that, but I'm kind of hoping that maybe next episode we get Okoye, at least Okoye, or maybe they'll shock us with having Suri and Okoye there. Sadly, we will probably not have. Sadly, there will be no Chadwick Boseman here. Sorry. Rest in peace, man. Anyway. So you guys tell me in the comments below, what did you guys think of this episode? Did you guys like it, hate it? Comment below, let me know. And once again, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.